discussion about just what that was like. They had the great sages, the head of the Sanhedrin, the head of the Supreme Court of the time, would do a juggling act, juggling 5 glasses of wine, full glasses of wine, juggling them without spilling a drop.
And 8 flaming torches.
8 flaming torches, right? And this was all going on. Everybody's got their drumming, everybody's playing. If you've ever seen, I heard this one time, I don't know how much it's known, but in Africa they have drumming, where what they do is they hollow out an entire tree, take a huge tree, a tree that maybe lying on its side is probably 5-6 feet high. And they hollow it out. I don't know how in the world they do that. And then the whole tribe will take logs, sticks, and play on this hollow log. And everybody's playing their own rhythm. But it all fits together. It's something that's one of the great things in musicology. It's a spectacular thing. You can listen to this. It's a counterpoint of rhythm where you can listen to individuals that are playing. They're all playing on the same log. And everybody's playing their own rhythm. And it all fits together into a universal rhythm. It's one of the really great things there is. And it gives me an idea what it could have been like in the times of the temple.
So now that you made this distinction between the intellect being stirred with the wind instrument and the heart through the string instruments and the bass of humanity through the drums, are there going to be times in the temple service when all of them are coming together, when all of the different types of instruments are used at once?
Yes. Yes.
And the reason I ask you before you answer even is because I'm thinking to myself that you're pointing out in such a beautiful way how these different types of instruments, let alone the songs themselves, but even the different types of instruments correspond to different areas of the human experience that need to be polished up and that need to be refined, which of course is the goal of coming to the Holy Temple and having this brush with the divine. And as you so beautifully pointed out, if a fellow comes and brings an offering and thinks he just exempted himself and now he's going to go back and do it again, it's not worth anything. Right. It has to be accompanied. And the Rambam says, as far as the actual requirement of the Torah is concerned, the Rambam points out that if a person brings a sin offering and that offering wasn't accompanied by a sincere thought of repentance, there's no atonement. So you're saying, first of all, you've said something unbelievable here, that the Levitical choir actually plays a pivotal role in making sure that the kavanah, that the intention, that the tshuva, the repentance of the person is really felt. But I'm thinking that since we know in such a beautiful way that everything that goes on in the Beit HaMikdash is corresponding to detail and level of meaning in the world and in every person, and even the instruments and the music is like everything has its role and goes exactly to where it has to go to affect the particular tikkun. So now I'm seeing in a whole different way that the actual function of the instrumentation and the voice serves to help to perfect a person. And the reason I'm asking if it all comes together is because, after all, every single one of these aspects is part of the composite picture of a person. A person, some people maybe, we say this person is too intellectual or too emotional or too base, but you know what? The perfection of a person is that we have all of these qualities, all of these traits, and we need them all. They just need to be in the right balance. They just need to be in the right proportion. So all of the music together seems to be painting a picture of how a person should be in terms of the balance of all of those different forces within his personality.
Ah, yes, absolutely. You've said quite a lot. The book of the Zohar, the book of splendor, the book of Jewish mysticism, begins with the first 3 words. The chapter on Genesis begins with the first 3 words, Beresh Hormanuta de Malka. In the beginning was the will of the king. But the word that is used there is not the usual Hebrew word ratzon or even its Aramaic parallel, but what could possibly be the Greek word harmony, harmonia. In the beginning was the harmony of the king. That the whole of the purpose of the creation can actually be expressed in terms of harmony. That the harmony is a musical term. We sometimes use it for color, for other things, but in its essence, it is the unity and the symmetry I shouldn't say symmetry as much as the complete balancing and consonance and ability of all the different distinct parts of a whole to work together in a universal unity which doesn't cancel the individuality of the different parts. Counterpoint is several melodies playing at the same time, but they don't cancel each other out. As the melodies are playing at the same time, since they're playing different notes at the same time, they're creating harmonies. So that the ultimate expression of music and the ultimate purpose for it is the creation of harmoniousness between sounds, between people, between ideas, on all levels. So in that sense, all the different particulars that we're talking about in music, they all come together in the temple service, as all the different aspects of the temple service were being prepared, the different types of offerings, the animal